some moisturizer on my lips first. Those are nice and moisturized, and that way it absorbs by the time I'm done with the makeup. Matte Putty Primer by e.l.f. Put some on the eyes. I'm gonna get the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I'm using the shade Light Sand. I like using a little bit just because eyeshadow likes coming off my eyes. I'm gonna get this Tati Beauty Blender. I'm gonna try blending it into the eyes. Helps cover my veins too on my eyes. Probably get a little bit more for the upper part of my eyes to cover up the rest of those veins. Somewhat. And I like just going here a little bit too. Kind of into the brows almost. Because after I do my eyes, I like doing my brows too. And sometimes it like turns out cakey around there, so I like putting a little bit on right now. So that way it doesn't turn up as cakey for after I do my brows. And it all kind of blends in. Okay. Then I have this Morphe eyeshadow palette. It's the, I don't think it says it on here. Oh, yep, it does. Fall Into Frost 35F one. And it looks like this. And I just taped up the colors so that way I know which ones they are. I like starting off with the lighter shades first. So I'm going to just start off with the lighter matte shade first. And then, let's see. I'm using the Jeffree Star JS5 one brush. Tap it. I'm gonna go into the crease. I like starting off light first, creating like a base. Then it kind of gives me an idea of what I want to do with my eyes sometimes. Starting off gives me time to think what I want to do. Okay, so I kind of just created a light base, and then I can add some more of the same color over top the darker shade that I'm going to put into the crease. Now I'm going to get a smaller Jeffree Star brush, JS6. And I'm going to go in with the darker color into the crease. I'm going to put this one in, and then I'm going to incorporate some of that black too to the outside part of it. First, I'm gonna just add the dark shade in, and then I'm gonna incorporate the black into it. And then tap off the excess. And I like doing my eyes first, because instead of just doing, like concealer and foundation, because I get fallout on the bottom of my eyes, and then that way I can wipe the extra off And then it doesn't look like a mess under my eyes, especially since they have blue on them already. Okay, now I'm going to tap into that black shade that I showed you earlier. And then just do this part right here. Very lightly, and then tapping it off. And then I'm gonna go back in with that JS5 brush and back into that color I showed you, that fourth color, the brown one that I used, the darker one, to help blend it out and then blend some of that black out and then make it not as harsh. I'm just gonna, I have the Sigma tapered blending brush, E35. I'm gonna go into that very first shade that I showed you at first, that light one. I'm gonna tap in it, and I'm just gonna go above where I did already and just help lighten this part where I went over. That way all that black does not look so harsh and it kind of smooths the edges. And I also like doing my eyes first and then foundation, because I like wiping all this extra off, and if I had put foundation on, I'd have to add more on again after erasing that part of it. That way I don't have to worry about precision as much going down too far. And then I like using this Urban Decay Naked from an eyeshadow palette brush. It's a little more stiff brush for like all that highlighting glittery brush colors that I'm gonna be using. So this thicker side of it, I'm gonna go in with, let's see, this color right here. It kind of has like a greenish almost tint to it. It's called Vienna, I believe. Yeah, Vienna. Oh, and the first color that I was using was Bliss, and then Terrain, and then the black one is Obsidian that I was using. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go into Vienna right now. And just do the outside part of my eye. And then I kind of try doing like the edge part of it also, so that way I can use the edge of the brush to add right here, because if I do just the middle part, it's hard to get it right there, and then it just kind of becomes a mess. And then I'll do the other edge, dipping in that same color, and then going to this other eye. And I like kind of having sort of a thick layer of this dark, because when I add the other colors over to the rest of my lid, this almost likes to fade away a little bit, the outsides. And then, let's see. I'm gonna go in with a color that's kind of has like a green tint to it also, since I've used that dark one. And this one kind of, let's see. I'm gonna swatch this one right now, the Sight color. Then I'm kind of liking this Hidden Treasure one, so I'm gonna swatch both of those and kind of see which one I like better that goes to my eye. Let's do the Hidden Treasure one, which is this darker one. I haven't used that color yet. Just gonna pat it in, and I'm gonna tap some of the excess off in case I want to go in with a different color. And then just add a little bit right here. Almost like a transitional shade. They're really similar. And try to make sure I get it right where my lid is. Sometimes a little tough getting it right there, that color. Okay, and since it's such a darker color, I'm not gonna do all the way across, and I'm gonna get a different lighter color to put in the corner of my eyes. And I mean, sometimes I'll still do that, but because of that, I will leave more room. And I'm just dipping my finger into the 24 karat gold one right now. This one. Just to swatch it, to see how it looks. It's a pretty one. I'm not gonna use it, but it looked really glittery, so I'm gonna test it out. And I'm gonna test out this honeycomb color. Kind of looks like a mustardy shade. It's pretty. Has kind of like a greenish, goldeny tint to it, coppery almost color. I'm gonna dip my finger into chiffon, whatever fingers I have left. So yeah, that one I think is the one that I want to use. Let me test out Starlight real quick also. So I might do the chiffon one, and then here, let me rinse my fingers off these colors. Might do that color and then another one right next to it, like right in the corners. I just want to test out a couple more colors, so see what they all look like. That one's kind of has an orangey tint to it. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do chiffon. Then I'm going to see which one I'm going to do right at the corner. I'm not quite sure yet. Might have to retest a couple of those. My hand's a little colored in color right now. Okay. I'm going to just grab some toilet paper and then clean that excess off. Don't want to use too much toilet paper since obviously people are freaking out about the coronavirus and using all that toilet paper. Then when you actually need it, you don't have any because of those people. So don't use too much toilet paper if you're wiping your brush off. Okay, so I'm gonna go into that chiffon shade. And just put it right here. Ooh, I really like that. I'm gonna grab this part right here. Make sure it's... Actually, I'm not gonna use that part because it has glitter on it. So I'm just gonna continue using the same brush side. I'm just gonna try blending it out into this other color. And I'm not worried about it going too far because it always looks good when this part is lighter. And then I can always add more darkness to it if I need to. Okay, and then I do have this. It's also from Urban Decay. It's like a colored neon colors one. It looks like this. And I like using this part to add just a pop of color right there. Very light pop of color. I'm just testing out which color I want to do, Visible or Starlight, which these are the two shades. This one's the Visible one. This is Starlight. I might do Visible because it looks almost white. More of a lighter color, so I'll just add some right here. Gonna add, and just try blending it out a little bit. Okay. So that's my eyes. Now I'm gonna start doing my rest of the face.